Welcome to BOJTV's Trending News for your top local, regional and international stories, as well as our sports report and weather forecast. I'm Carla. Coming up in our local trending news, IPROB commences investigation into circulating video. Motorist who fled accident scene after fatal crash taken into custody. Denham Town Police seize illegal firearm and several rounds of ammunition and mask. 2,500 young people will perform at tomorrow's Independence Grand Gala. Now the details. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, says it is aware of a video being circulated on social media where the police intervened in an altercation between a male and a cross-dresser. The interaction was not in keeping with the JCF's established protocols and operating procedures, the release says. As such, the Inspectorate in Professional Standards Oversight Bureau, IPROB, has commenced investigations into the incident and is making an appeal for witnesses or anyone with information about the incident to make contact with the Bureau at 876-838-3084 or via email at iprob@jcf.gov.jm. The JCF says it wishes to make it clear that the organization takes seriously all allegations of improper conduct by their members and assures the public that a thorough and objective investigation will be conducted into the matter. A motorcar driver who fled the scene following an accident which claimed the life of a male passenger in Guy's Hill, St. Mary on the weekend has now been taken into custody. The police say the victim has been identified as 20-year-old Delroy Brown, unemployed, of Elgin Town in Lucky Hill, St. Mary. The name of the accused driver has been withheld pending further investigation. Reports by the Guy's Hill police are that about 2:20 p.m, Brown and another man were passengers in a Mitsubishi Lancer motor car being driven by the accused. On reaching a section of the roadway, the driver lost control of the vehicle, which collided into a utility pole. Brown died on the spot while the driver fled the scene. The police were summoned, and after carrying out an investigation, the accused driver was taken into custody. The Denham Town Police have seized an illegal firearm and several assorted rounds of ammunition during an operation carried out on Chestnut Lane in Kingston 14 on the weekend. Reported by the Denham Town Police are that about 11:30 p.m, a joint military operation was carried out in the area when the lawmen seized one 9mm Taurus pistol fitted with a magazine containing 14 live rounds. The lawmen also seized an additional 31 9mm rounds and 10 7.62 rounds, a white mask and a cellular phone. No one was arrested in connection with the seizure. Detectives attached to the Manchester Criminal Investigation Branch say they have now arrested and charged a man in connection with the seizure of a .38 revolver and 12 live rounds of ammunition during an operation carried out on Green Street in Knockpatrick, Manchester yesterday. Reports by the Newport Police are that about 6:45 a.m, a team of officers carried out an operation at a premises in the area when a house occupied by the accused was searched. The search resulted in the seizure of the weapon, and the accused was subsequently arrested. Some 2,500 young people drawn from various communities across the corporate area and St. Catherine will perform at tomorrow's Independence Grand Gala, scheduled to take place at the National Stadium. This is the culmination of Jamaica's 57th Emancipation and Independence celebrations. The annual cultural showcase will feature presentations in music, drama, song and dance by costumed and uniformed groups alongside popular local artists. During the event, Rita Marley and Sizzla Kalonji will be honoured for their contribution to the development of Jamaica's music industry. According to Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Babsy-Grange, the show will display the cultural diversity that is reflective of the Jamaican motto, "Out of many, one people," as well as our theme for the Emancipation and Independence celebrations, "One Nation, One People." Ms. Grange noted that the performers, who were trained over a 3-week period, were selected from 13 communities. She said there are plans to increase the number of costumed groups for future events. In the meantime, Director of Production and events at the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission JCDC, Gregory Sims, is reminding patrons that no weapons will be allowed inside the National Stadium for the staging of a Grand Gala. He said that no bottles or umbrellas with shafts will be permitted, and the police will be vigilant in enforcing the rules in order to ensure everyone's safety. Mr. Sims has encouraged persons to get to the stadium early for the event. Gates will open at 3 p.m. to facilitate a prompt 6 p.m. start. He also invited Jamaicans to participate in this year's festival fashion under the theme Roots and Culture by wearing outfits inspired by their cultural heritage and share their experience on social media. Those were your top stories making local trending news. Now join us for news from across the region as well as our international story, sports and a local weather forecast. From across the region. The Barbados-based CTO Caribbean Tourism Organization says it will highlight the contributions made by Indigenous people to the regional tourism industry when it holds its Caribbean Conference on Sustainable Tourism Development in St. Vincent and the Grenadines later this month. It said that the August 26 to 29 event will discuss how Indigenous communities across the Caribbean are accessing tourism markets and welcoming visitors to encounter their traditional ways of life. The CTO said that the matter will be discussed during a panel discussion entitled Indigenous Conversations, Celebrating Our Past, Embracing Our Future on August 27. The session will look at the change in composition of local livelihoods and demonstrate how the region's Indigenous people have a tangible role and stake in the Caribbean tourism value chain. In international news, President Donald Trump today condemned weekend shootings in Texas and Ohio as barbaric attacks and crimes against all humanity, as he called for bipartisan cooperation to strengthen the nation's gun laws. Mr. Trump has said he wants legislation providing strong background checks for gun users, but he provided scant details and has reneged on previous promises after mass shootings. "We vow to act with urgent resolve," he said today. Mr. Trump spoke this morning from the White House about shootings that left 29 dead and dozens wounded. He suggested early on Twitter that a background check bill could be paired with his long-sought effort to toughen the nation's immigration system. But he didn't say how or why he was connecting the issues. Both shooting victims were U.S. citizens, and federal officials are investigating anti-immigrant bias as a potential motive for the El Paso, Texas massacre. Over in our sporting report, a 100% fit Sunil Narine is happy to be back bowling for the West Indies and had an immediate impact on the first T20 against India in Fort Lauderdale, despite his team's 4-wicket loss. Defending a paltry 95, the West Indies were in trouble, but Narine, with the figures of 2 for 14 from his 4 overs, showed great control and the ability to still take wickets. Sunil's 4 overs very important. He showed his experience, brought us back into the game. Great bowling effort, his skipper Carlos Brathwaite said. The mistress spinner has been troubled with a finger injury, and the workout in Lauderhill was a good way to test where he was. On our local weather forecast for this afternoon, insignificant feature, a weak trough across Jamaica. The trough will linger across the island through to Tuesday evening. Thereafter, a tropical wave is expected to move across the island Wednesday afternoon. The forecast for tonight will see mainly fair skies. Tomorrow morning, partly cloudy across eastern parishes, mainly sunny elsewhere. During tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy with possible isolated showers, mainly across western parishes. Windy along southern coastal areas. Minimum temperature expected for Kingston as well as Montego Bay tonight is 26 and 25 degrees Celsius respectively. That was BOJTV's trending news, your top local, regional and international stories as well as sports report and weather forecast. Until next time, I'm Carla. Thanks for watching.
BOJTV.